Continuing the series on the problem with, this is the problem with boxing. So the majority of the time, punching range is what we're going to naturally be given because most fights will start at about 18 inches with two people you're looking at. If we control that, we control the distance. Look at the fence videos that I've put up for more on that. So we're given punching range, we should learn how to be good with our hands. The problem with boxing is it is not really very good in kicking range because obviously legs are longer than most people's arms, and it's completely a loss in grappling. You see in boxing they get into a clinch and they just sort of look at each other and look at the ref to come and break them up. I'd like to see the ref not break up clinches. I'd like to see them fight their way out of it, but there's a lot of money involved in boxing, so that won't happen. Boxing, again, you need to take it and put it through the filter of a real situation, of a real fight. In terms of the body mechanics of throwing hands, in terms of the body mechanics of getting out of the way of shots coming at you, of covering up, it's good. That's why it's one of the 5 styles that we rip off shamelessly: boxing, Thai boxing, Judo, Greco-Roman Wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What you need to do with boxing, however, is understand that in a real situation, in a real fight, we're not going to tee off with a jab and dance around, picking them apart. The very first, or I think the very second video I ever did was why I don't teach the jab in RBUD. Check out that video for more details. You need to understand that if you start going to a boxing club, you've got a cross, a right. Check out another video I've done on the differences between those. And you've got a hook. These are the ones you want to be taking and practicing more often than not for self-defense. Also take into account that although with boxing we've got perfect body mechanics of throwing a shot, in a real situation, if you don't practice it under pressure and the adrenaline starts to hit you, and you throw a shot and you're off slightly on your angling, there's a good chance you could break your hand. So with your punches, you want to be aiming for from the side of the ear down here to the tip of the chin. That'll get much purchase for the brain shake. I've been over this in other videos. So the problem with boxing is it's at a complete loss in grappling. Boxers turn into small children when you put them on their back. If you look at James Toney versus Randy Couture in the UFC, I think it went all of 93 seconds. Randy Couture just took the guy down and choked him out with an arm triangle. And that's James Toney, one of the greatest ever boxers who's ever lived. So, if you're not in your range, there's problems. So with boxing, it's at a loss in grappling and kicking range. It's got no groundwork whatsoever. There's a good chance you're going to break your hands if you don't know what you're doing. That's why with all headshots in RBUD we use an open hand. Not choppy, but wacky. That's got to go on a t-shirt. So that's the problem with boxing that I see in terms of the self-defense. You've got to put it, as you do with everything, you've got to put it through the filter of a real fight situation. Know the weaknesses of the range. Boxing, obviously, it's absolute king in punching range. There's no better art in punching range than boxing, because boxing spends 100% of its time on punching range. Everything, even the fitness stuff and the skipping stuff, is still designed to better your punching range. So boxing is king in punching range. It's at a complete loss in everything else. There's no grappling work, there's no throws. If you put a boxer on his back, it's very, very difficult for them to get back up because they don't really know what they're doing. They'll expend a lot of energy just flopping around. You also have to be aware of, you don't want to break your hands on someone's head, and you've also got to be aware of, if you look at it as a sporting event, and you get into something with somebody and you start doing this, while you're facing him doing all that, there's a good chance his mates are just going to attack you from behind. So it's a very quick clip. That's what's wrong with boxing. It's at a complete loss in everything other than punching range, which is why I've said, if you've got boxing and you've got Judo or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's a good combination. So in one category you've got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, in another category you've got boxing and Thai boxing. You need one from each for pure self-defense purposes. You'd be set. Obviously, if you're looking to become a mixed martial arts fighter, you need a lot more things. But purely for self-defense, one from each of those categories, it's going to be pretty cheap. It's going to be reasonably effective techniques right across the board. Any comments, queries, suggestions, let me know. If there's anything you'd like me to do a video on, let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, train hard, train smart, stay safe.